Madam Chair, having received the instruments of power, it's now my pleasure to invite you so that you may give your maiden speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Right Honorable Moses Wetangula, Speaker of the National Assembly, fellow Excellency Governors and Deputy Governors, Excellency Martin Wambora, Chair Emeritus and former Governor Embu County, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. On behalf of the Council of Governors, allow me with great pleasure to welcome and thank the Chief Guest, Honorable Moses Wetangula, for honoring our invitation to grace this ceremony. As a Council, we recognize and appreciate the new administration's commitment to advance democratic governance as well as support the implementation of devolution. I now take this opportunity to extend my gratitude to my fellow Excellency Governors for electing me today to serve as the Chairperson of the Council for the next year. I am profoundly humbled, honored and privileged to be entrusted with this role at a critical time when we have just ushered in the third generation of county governments. The responsibility bestowed upon me is no mean feat, but I am equal to the task. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, indeed, devolution has come of age. In the last 9 years, we have witnessed remarkable milestones in the devolved sectors. I salute the pioneer county governors who have, to a great measure, played a fundamental role in delivering essential services, developing local economies, and empowering communities through robust public participation. Indeed, devolution has had tremendous impact on every Kenyan. As we take up the mantle, we must strive to build on the successes and achievements made so that we can deliver on the devolution dream where every citizen, regardless of status, has equal access to services. I note that we are blessed with a diverse team comprising of 26 new governors, 11 second-term governors, and 8 pioneer governors, and 40 new deputy governors who have rich experience that will greatly benefit devolution. Your Excellencies, as a Council of Governors, we commit to a collaborative approach in governance and affirm our support to ensure that the manifesto of the government is, and the manifesto of all counties and the government is achieved. In our view, if fully implemented, Kenya will achieve durable growth while maintaining macroeconomic stability and empowerment of the people at the bottom of the pyramid. On the same note, Your Excellencies, we call upon your support to the Council of Governors as we prioritize to address the following challenges which persisted in the previous administration. The first one is the perennial delay of disbursement of funds by the National Treasury, which has hampered smooth and efficient, uninterrupted service delivery. We hope, Bwana Speaker, you will relay the message of that which the Council of Governors is expecting to be addressed by the national government. Number 2, revoking of executive orders which seek to establish authorities to undertake devolved functions in competition with county governments. Number 3, anchoring of the COG Secretariat in law to facilitate adequate support to county governments. Number 4, a review of laws, policies, and regulations, especially in the agriculture, water, and health sectors, which claw back on devolution. Number 5, finalization of the unbundling, transfer, and costing of devolved functions. Number 6, increased funding to devolved units to at least 35% of the national revenue. And number 7, the fast tracking of the governors pension. It is our hope that the aforementioned challenges will be addressed within the next 3 months to enable counties realize their full potential. And now more than ever, both levels of government must join hands as we execute our distinct but complementary roles. We hope that consultation and dialogue will be our mantra as we forge ahead so that together we can steer devolution to greater heights. Ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellencies, with those few remarks, I would like to request us to be upstanding as I take this humble opportunity to welcome His Excellency, the Right Honorable Speaker of the National Assembly, to deliver the speech of His Excellency, the President, on his behalf. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You may be seated, please. Chairman Emeritus to the Council of Governors, my good friend Martin Wambora, the brand new elected chair, Governor WAIGURU, the Vice Chair, the Whip, the facilitators to this induction seminar, all resource persons, the Chair of the Deputy Governor's Caucus, your Vice Chair and the team, ladies and gentlemen, I am here to deliver a speech on behalf of His Excellency the President, William Samoei Ruto, EGH, the Commander-in-Chief of our Defense Forces, who was supposed to grace this occasion but is, due to unavoidable circumstances, engaged elsewhere. Ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellencies, it gives me great pleasure to join you today as we close this induction workshop. I believe these last 3 days have been very illuminating, especially for those of you who have been newly elected. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate all of you on your election and re-election as governors and deputy governors. This is an illustration of the trust that your county residents have on you. I note with satisfaction that 7 women governors have been elected, up from 3 in the last general election. I wish to take this opportunity to specifically congratulate them for coming out victorious during the just concluded elections. I'm further gratified to note that we have 8 women deputy governors whom I also wish to congratulate for this great achievement. If Kenya continues on this trajectory, I believe we will join other countries in the region that have scored highly in achieving gender parity. The leadership positions you hold are critical, and it was therefore important for you to participate in the induction program that was aimed at preparing you to assume office responsibilities. This is particularly important considering that counties play a key role in our socio-economic development. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, as we come to the end of the 3 days induction, allow me to share a few thoughts on my government support and commitment to devolution in the next 5 years. The devolved system of government has been implemented since 2013. During this period, the country has experienced commendable socio-economic development. In the last 9 years, counties have received over 3.2 trillion Kenya shillings as equitable share of revenue, which has increased investments in the counties, leading to improved service delivery. Some of the key economic sectors that have benefited from this investment include health, education, water, roads, energy, housing, agriculture, and trade. For example, in the health and education sectors, counties constructed 1,419 dispensaries and 821 early childhood development ECD centers between 2013 and 2018. Though we have had good progress in implementation of the devolution, it is noted that there is still much we can do to improve on implementation of devolution as envisaged in our 2010 Constitution. I am aware that counties have raised concerns with the delays in the disbursement of equitable share of revenue by the national government. In our manifesto of Kenya Kwanza, we committed ourselves to ensuring that the shareable revenue is transferred to counties in a timely and predictable manner and in accordance with the law. This will ensure that counties carry on with their development activities without interruptions, including meeting their financial obligations. Accordingly, I will engage the National Treasury to ensure that there are no further delays and that all disbursements to the counties are done on time to enable counties to meet their obligations. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I am informed that the average potential of on-source revenue for the 47 counties is 171.7 billion. However, actual collections have averaged only 32.9 billion, which is a huge shortfall on the expected revenues of the counties. This therefore means that the counties are unable to meet their budgetary commitments. We are committed to working with county government to ensure and enhance their capacity to generate their own income and supplement transfers from the national government. As part of these efforts, I will engage the Cabinet with a view to reintroduce the Bill on On-Source Revenue in Parliament to give the counties a legal framework for enhancing revenue collection at the county levels. And you can count on me to support that when it comes. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, one major area of dissatisfaction in the counties is the delay in transferring all the devolved functions. We are committed to the complete transfer of all functions constitutionally earmarked for the counties. I therefore want to direct the Ministry of Devolution to complete the process of unbundling of all these functions and the National Treasury to avail the attendant necessary funds to complete the exercise. I am also aware that the valuation and transfer of assets and liabilities relating to the devolved functions has not been completed due to insufficient funds. I am therefore directing the National Treasury to provide sufficient funds for this task to the Minister of Devolution to ensure that the exercise is completed as soon as possible. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, by now, you are all aware that both the counties and the national government are struggling with the payment of pending bills to merchants and contractors, while at the same time balancing the development needs of our counties and the country. While it is critical to ascertain the validity of the pending bills before payment, it is of paramount importance that these bills are paid. Many ordinary Kenyans who provide goods and services to the national and county governments have remained unpaid for a long period, and some have even lost their properties that they use as collaterals to guarantee bank overdrafts. Our economy is driven by the efforts of such Kenyans through small and medium enterprises, SMEs, yet the pending bills have destroyed their businesses, thereby contracting the Kenyan economy and reducing our potential to create job opportunities, especially for the youth and women. I am therefore directing that both the national and county governments comply with the financial regulations which stipulate that pending bills are cleared as a first charge in the beginning of a financial year. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I want to give my assurance that as a government, we will continue working with the counties and other stakeholders in the devolution sector to strengthen the policy and legislative framework to support operations at the counties. Currently, the government is reviewing the policy on devolved system of government to make it more responsive to emerging issues in the implementation of devolution. I'm therefore calling for your support and participation to enrich this policy so that it captures the aspirations of our counties. Article 6.2 of the Constitution envisages for a two-tier system of government and recognizes their distinctiveness and interdependence, requiring them to conduct their mutual relations in consultation and cooperation. Harmonious intergovernmental relations are critical in strengthening interactions between the national and county governments. The legal framework has established various intergovernmental structures aimed at facilitating the said interactions. I want to emphasize to you, Excellencies, my commitment to strengthen and rejuvenate the laid down intergovernmental structures as primary platforms for engagement between the two levels of government in the cooperation and resolution of matters of interest. Further, I wish to urge that the two levels of government embrace alternative dispute resolution mechanisms in the resolution of any intergovernmental disputes. This is an amicable and cost-effective method of resolving intergovernmental conflicts. Various courts have now guided that regarding intergovernmental disputes, the parties must first exhaust the alternative dispute resolution mechanisms before seeking judicial intervention. I also wish to reiterate the government's commitment to support county governments in building the requisite capacity to enable them to discharge their mandates effectively. In this regard, the national government has developed the National Capacity Building Framework, which guides and harmonizes interventions and funding targeted to capacity building programs in counties. Finally, Excellencies, it is my expectation that with the resources at your disposal, there will be improved governance, efficient and effective development, and service delivery. With these remarks, I therefore wish to formally close this induction workshop. Your Excellencies, on my part, I'll just add one or two things. One, to congratulate personally each one of you for the grueling campaigns you have gone through and the successful election that you all deserved after that election. Two, we have gone around the country in each of your counties, not once, not twice, and I can tell you that from my perspective, I saw many, many positive attributes to devolution. From high-rise structures in far-flung Wote in Makueni, to a 3-star hotel in Wajir full with lifts and everything and internet, to tarmac roads in many, many places, devolution is truly the gift to the people of Kenya. And you as the midwives and the champions, we encourage you and urge you to ensure that it becomes the engine of our economic growth. It becomes the cornerstone of creation of jobs, particularly in rural areas. And above all, it becomes part and parcel of our intergovernmental engagement to see that public resources are not expended in a duplex manner, and the national government, as you have heard from His Excellency's statement, will unbundle all the pending devolution functions with attendant resources down to the counties. On my part, any legislation that requires to enhance the strength and success of devolution, I assure you, you can count on me and my counterpart in the Senate, who has been one of your own Governor, Amason Kingi. We are going to be facilitators and not an impediment to the enhancement of devolution. I have walked the journey of devolution from the creation and crafting of the 2010 Constitution in the last 2 terms in the Senate, and I do know where it pinches. The tension and rifts between the 2 houses of Parliament, the observance of Article 110(3) of the Constitution in concurrence on bills, and the seamless flow of legislation from one house to another are things that we are going to pay very close attention to. And as governors and your council and your resource teams, be encouraged and feel free to engineer legislation to come to the houses where there are delays from either the national government or other sponsors of bills to ensure that we support devolution, because I know the people of Kenya voted for the Constitution 2010, research shows, because 68% was in support of devolution. Thank you, Your Excellencies, and let's make Kenya greater and greater. Let's put behind us the tensions that we had during campaigns and embark on construction and reconstruction of our economy for Kenyans to live better lives, and for you as governors to live your counties when your terms end better than you found them. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Another round of applause to our chief guest, Your Excellency, the Speaker of the National Assembly. We think as COG that we have the best chance as a country to implement devolution, particularly with you, a former senator sitting as the Speaker of the National Assembly, and our own brother Amason Kingi as the Speaker of the Senate. We definitely think that it gives us a very good opportunity to address a number of the challenges that we have faced before. You are left with only one task, Your Excellency, on behalf of the President of Kenya, to launch the Council of Governors Strategic Plan. And before we invite you to do that, we want to ask the Secretariat to play that brief documentary. Before then, we can allow the chief guest to launch our strategic plan.
The Council of County Governors, COG, is an intergovernmental body established under Section 19 of the Intergovernmental Relations Act 2012 and comprises 47 county governors. To accomplish its mandate as per Section 20 of the Act, the Council is guided by 5-year strategic plans. The first strategic plan ran from 2014 to 2017, while the second one ran from 2017 to 2022. The epilogue of the 2017 to 2022 strategic plan showed that the succeeding one needed to focus on increasing the council's support to county governments with improved service delivery in mind. Therefore, the Council of Governors Strategic Plan 2022 to 2027 aims at strengthening devolution and is anchored on 3 pillars, which are: Pillar 1, good governance and institutional capacity for sustainable service delivery in the counties. This pillar will focus on the following objectives: promote good governance at the county level, strengthen the institutional capacity of county governments, promote knowledge management, learning, innovation and research in counties. Pillar 2, intergovernmental relations and devolution. The objectives under this pillar are: strengthen cooperative government and intergovernmental relations, strengthen policy and legislation for devolution, and strengthen county government's role in the global agenda. Pillar 3, COG's institutional development. This pillar will focus on strengthening COG's administrative functions and identity and enhancing COG's resource base. Devolution is a game changer in Kenya's governance and service delivery landscape. The implementation of this strategic plan aims at deepening devolution and ensure that county governments are strengthened to deliver services for the prosperity of the citizens of Kenya. Grab a copy of the strategic plan today.
Very well. We now want to take this opportunity to ask our chief guest and the chair, together with our, chair emeritus and our vice chair, to move right. Where are we doing it? Right here. Okay. So we will count 1, 2, at the count of 3, our chief guest will be able to press the button. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3. I now want to invite all the committee chairs right here so that our chief guest can present each and every committee member. All the chairs, you can come right here on the stage. Our chair, let's come to the stage, please. Your Excellency. Yes, just proceed, our chair, to present to each of the chairs. All these are our chairs. So after receiving our chairs, you remain here. We will have a group photo, a press release with the chairs at the front, with all our chairmen and chairpersons at the Chair Environment, Chair Infrastructure, Chair Resource Mobilization, Chair Finance. Chair Arid and Semi-Arid. We have Chair Security Committee, Chair Trade. Very good. The one and only Mwadime, Chair Water. Kachapin Sports Chair. We also have Chair ICT, Wesley. Asanteni sana. Asanteni sana. I now want to invite our chair, so members of the fourth estate, colleagues, excellency governors, I want now to invite our chair, who will then proceed to read our press release. Karibu sana, chair. And the chairs, please, let's come back. You have to flank the... All governors, let us now come to the front as we read the statement. All excellency governors,
There's nothing. Just your names.
all colleague governors, please. We want to do this press release jointly.
There's nothing. These are just names. I don't know why they give such.
Unfortunately, the podium cannot move to the center, so let's just manage it this way. Yeah.
Good job. Thank you, everybody. This is a press statement by the Council of Governors during the Governors and Deputy Governors Induction Forum held on 17th September at Pride Inn Hotel, Mombasa County. Members of the press, fellow citizens, the Council of Governors has today successfully concluded a 3-day induction workshop for governors and deputy governors whose core objective was to build capacity of the newly elected county leadership and to provide reference point for the required systems, processes, and structures for optimal functioning of county governments. The engagements with various stakeholders, including the National Treasury, constitutional commissions and independent offices, development partners, and the private sector have been enriching and instrumental in ensuring the county governments deliver on their mandate sustainably and efficiently. We take this opportunity to most sincerely thank and recognize the commitment by the President, His Excellency, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, to support devolution. We believe that together we will deliver the devolution dream. In this regard, the Council will prioritize the following. 1, engagement with the Presidency to define a shared roadmap for actualizing the commitments on devolution. 2, establish linkage between the Council and Parliament to facilitate review and development of policies and laws that are aligned to the devolved system of governance. 3, support structured capacity strengthening of counties to ensure compliance with statutory obligations in order to guarantee uninterrupted operations of the county governments and smooth delivery of services to citizens. 4, foster engagement with development partners and other stakeholders in implementation of devolution. Members of the press and fellow Kenyans, we are delighted to inform you that in fulfillment of Section 19(2) and 3 of the Intergovernmental Relations Act 2012, the Council has today convened a full Council meeting in which elections were held for the Executive and the Council Committee chairs. Through consensus, we have unanimously agreed on the leadership that will steer the Council for the next 1 year as follows. In the Executive leadership, the Chairperson is H.E. WAIGURU. The Vice Chair is H.E. FCPA Ahmed Abdullahi, and the Whip is H.E. Stephen Sang. The Committee Chairpersons are as follows. 1, Finance, Planning and Economic Affairs Committee, His Excellency Fernandes Baraza, Governor of Kakamega. 2, the Health Committee, His Excellency Honorable Muthomi Njuki, Governor of Tharaka Nithi. Agriculture, Livestock and Cooperatives, His Excellency Honorable Kenneth Lusaka. Water, Forestry and Natural Resources Management Committee, His Excellency Andrew Mwadime. Land, Housing and Urban Development Committee, His Excellency Professor Anyang' Nyong'o. Legal and Constitutional Affairs and Intergovernmental Relations, His Excellency Mutula Kilonzo Jr. Education Committee, His Excellency Dr. Eric Mutai. Gender, Youth, Culture, Sports and Social Services, His Excellency Simon Kachapin. Trade, Industry, Manufacturing and Enterprise Development, Her Excellency Wavinya Ndeti. Environment and Climate Change Committee, His Excellency Wilbur Otichilo. Human Resource, Labor and Social Welfare Committee, His Excellency Sakaja Johnson. Blue Economy Committee, His Excellency Issa Timami. Energy, Roads, Transport and Infrastructure Committee, His Excellency Dr. Kimani Wamatangi. Arid and Semi-Arid Lands and Disaster Management Committees, His Excellency Nathif Jama. Resource Mobilization and Partnership Committee, Her Excellency Cecily Mbarire. ICT and Knowledge Management, His Excellency Wisely Rotich. Security and Foreign Affairs Committee, His Excellency Major Retired Dr. Dado Godana. Tourism and Wildlife Committee, His Excellency Patrick Olen Tutu. Finally, the last committee, which brings together the executive and the chairpersons of all committees, is the Liaison Management Resource Management Committee, which will be chaired by the vice chairperson of the Council of Governors. We are also proud to note that we have launched a 5-year strategic plan, 2022 to 2027, whose overarching priority is to promote good governance at the county level, strengthen the institutional capacity of county governments to deliver on their mandate, foster a robust intergovernmental relations, and improve the policy and legislative environment for devolution. We are therefore filled with optimism that we'll deliver on our mandate in a focused and coordinated manner as we harness potential opportunities for prosperity to ensure citizens access timely and quality services in all the devolved sectors. I thank you.
Asanteni sana. We will now proceed to have the national anthem, and thereafter so before the national anthem, the gifts, we have a gift for our chief guest. Yeah. So, Honorable, we want to request Her Excellency and WAIGURU, our chair, will present a gift to His Excellency
and high-flying qualities. This gift from the Council of Governors to the Speaker is a gift of an eagle. The gift symbolizes powerful vision and tenacity. It also has nurturing and high-flying qualities. A round of applause for the gift from the Council.
Asanteni sana. So after this, after the national anthem, we will proceed downstairs for a group photo. This is a memorable day for us, and therefore we'll have the group photo. Then proceed to have our lunch. A lunch at this time. So that could be an early dinner or a late lunch. So the national anthem.